हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, हार्टी वेलकम टू पीएचडी जॉब्स एंड एडमिशन। आज के इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी आगरा, जिसका पीएचडी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट 9 अप्रैल को है एंड यू हैव 5 डेज रिमेनिंग फॉर दिस एग्जामिनेशन। तो यहाँ पे हम इस वीडियो में पेपर 1 के प्रिपरेशन करेंगे। तो एग्जामिनेशन 2 पार्ट्स में होता है, पेपर 1 एंड पेपर 2। पेपर 1 में आपको एग्जाम में 50 क्वेश्चंस आएंगे ऑफ 2 मार्क्स फ्रॉम रिसर्च मेथडोलॉजी, स्टैटिस्टिकल डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन, मेंटल एबिलिटी, न्यूमेरिकल एबिलिटी, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग एंड आईसीटी। तो इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे 100 प्लस मोस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड एमसीक्यूज फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन एंड कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी। तो अगर आप इस वीडियो को एंड तक देखेंगे तो आपको ये पता चलेगा कि एग्जाम में किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं और आपको आपकी प्रिपरेशन कैसी करनी है। तो इस एक वीडियो से आपका पूरा आईसीटी यूनिट रिवाइज हो जाएगा, तो वीडियो को एंड तक ज़रूर देखिएगा। जैसा आप जानते हैं कि आपके पेपर 1 का सिलेबस कई सारे यूनिट्स में डिवाइडेड है, तो उसके लिए हमने स्टूडेंट्स एक कंप्लीट कोर्स लॉन्च किया है, जहां पे आपको मिलेंगे कंप्लीट स्टडी मटेरियल फॉर रिसर्च मेथडोलॉजी, मैथमेटिकल रीजनिंग, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग, आईसीटी, मेंटल एबिलिटी। ये सारा मटेरियल आपको हमारे इस कोर्स में मिलेगा। यहाँ पे हमने वीडियो लेक्चर्स के साथ साथ नोट्स प्रोवाइड किए हैं। नोट्स बहुत ही सिंपल लैंग्वेज में हैं, जिसको आप बहुत इजीली अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हैं। साथ ही प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए आपको मॉक टेस्ट मिलेंगे एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज आर 1000 एमसीक्यूज पीडीएफ। तो इस पीडीएफ में सर डायरेक्टली आपको 20 to 30 क्वेश्चंस आने के बहुत ही हाई चांसेस हैं। तो इस कोर्स को अगर आपको परचेज करना है तो आप दिए हुए नंबर पे व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू मैसेज कर सकते हैं। साथ ही आप हमारे ऐप पे भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन ऐप, लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में अवेलेबल है। ये पेपर 1 की फीस है 599, और अगर आप इस कोर्स के थ्रू पढ़ते हैं तो वी गारंटी यू सिलेक्शन, क्योंकि आपको क्वेश्चंस इसी में से आएंगे। सो ज्वाइन फास्ट एंड क्रैक योर DBRAU PhD एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन।
First question is GUI stands for. What is the full form of GUI? So GUI means graphical user interface. It is a graphical user interface is a form of user interface that allows you to interact with electronic devices. For example, when you switch on your mobile, so there are different icons, there are buttons. All these forms GUI. How? Through the use of icons and audio indicators, you can navigate or you can go from one app to the other. That is your graphical user interface. Next question is, there are two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. Now you have to tell if both are correct or both are incorrect, or if one of them are correct. So you'll have to read the question. The first statement says operating systems are hardware. So this statement is absolutely wrong. We all know that our operating system is a software, so this statement is wrong. While algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem, yes, this is true. So in this question only statement 2 is correct. That means statement 2 is true and statement first is false. So these are right answer. Operating system क्या होता है? It is a system software. So we have our softwares of two types, system software and application software. So system software वो होते हैं जो कंप्यूटर हार्डवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर रिसोर्सेज को मैनेज करने का काम करते हैं. Our operating system is a kind of system software. Our language translator, utility software, all these are an example of system software. While algorithm is nothing, just a set of rules how a particular program should follow to achieve a particular task. ये होता है algorithm. Algorithm है set of rules or procedure for solving a particular problem. So given below are two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. So we have to find out if both statements are true or if both are false or if one of them is true. Statement 1 says compilers are softwares. So softwares are those part of the computer which we cannot touch. It could be a set of instructions or procedures. So compiler is a kind of software. Yes, this statement is true. While if you read the second statement, touch monitors are input output devices. Yes, this statement is true because nowadays you see there are we get laptops in the market whose monitor or the screen you can touch it and they perform a particular function like your mobiles. So it could be an input device because we are clicking on a button and the the button does its work. And it is also an output device because in the monitor you can watch a movie or you can listen to the song. So or you get the display, you can even see pictures. So it is a input device as well as an output device. So in this question, option A is the right answer because both the statements are true. Next, next. So you have to match these list 1 with list 2. This is a very simple and a very important question. You can expect such type of questions in the examination. Match the following question. So here these are different file formats and you have to match them with their extension. So image file format is JPEG, while your video file format is MPEG. Your audio file format is MP3 and your word processing is .docs, which is option 1. So in this question the right answer is 3421. 3421. D is the right answer. Okay, so here JPG, the full form of JPG is Joint Picture Expert Group, and MPG EG is Moving Picture Expert Group. So your .doc file, here one important information I would like to tell you is that first previously .doc extension was used, .doc, but after this Word, MS Word 2007 plus, from there onwards .docs has been started to use. Okay, so before 2007 MS Word 2007, before that .doc was used, and after MS Word 2007 .docs have been started to use. So this is an important distinction between these two file formats. Again, match the following question where you have been given different URLs and you have to match them. So the first is a search engine. So if you look at the list 2, where do you see a search engine? Yes, google.com. We all use Google to search for our queries. So Google is a form of a search engine. And job openings. For job, which website do we look at? Yes, naukri.com. It is very famous website. For email, we use gmail.com. So email connects with www.gmail.com. And for e-commerce, commerce means business. So for e-commerce, we use Amazon. So for this question, our right answer is 3412. 3, 4, 1 and 2. B is the right answer over here. FOSS means. What is the meaning of FOSS? Option A, source code is openly shared. Source code has free license, free from malware. Any modification can be made by the proprietor. So FOSS stands for free and open source software. Its source code is openly shared. So it is a kind of software which is both free एंड ओपन सोर्स. सो ओपन सोर्स का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो उसका सोर्स कोड है वो फ्रीली अवेलेबल रहता है फॉर एवरीवन who can use it or modify it and can even distribute it. So FOSS is a kind of software whose source code is freely available. So A is the right answer. MOOC is a model for. It is a model for delivering learning content. Is the right answer. So it is a educational delivery that is of varying degrees. So MOOC has replaced a traditional online learning where students can watch, read materials, participate in discussion and forums. So our very important or very famous example of MOOC in India is Swayam. It stands for Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. So it is a very good example of MOOC. MOOC means Massive Open Online Course. So in this question is the right answer because MOOC helps in delivering learning content. WAN stands for Wide Area Network. So A is the right answer. It is a kind of network that spreads across a country or a nation or all over the world. So we have different types of networks like LAN, MAN and WAN. LAN is used when you want to connect to computers in a building, while MAN is used when you want to connect computers to a city. While if you want to connect computers or networks across countries, continents, as well as the world, WAN is used. So it has a range up to 1000 kilometers radius it can cover. So WAN stands for Wide Area Network. In asynchronous e-learning, communication between the participants occur in a virtual environment, not face-to-face, not online, and not offline. They communicate in a virtual environment. D is the right answer. So here in this question, again, two statements are given and we have to find if both are correct, both are incorrect, or if one of them is correct. ALU is arithmetic logic unit. Yes, this statement is absolutely true. ALU is a component of CPU which does the task of comparison and doing arithmetic operation. UPS is uniform power source. So this statement is incorrect. I'll tell you why. First, let me tell you which is the right answer. Option C is the right answer because statement 1 is true and second statement ALU I already told you. ALU का मतलब होता है arithmetic logic unit. It is a part of CPU which does arithmetic and logic operations. Okay, but UPS it stands for uninterruptible power supply or uninterruptible power source. So you remember few years ago when we used to use our CPUs, हमारे घर में PCs होते थे. एट दैट टाइम उसमें बैटरीज नहीं होती थी तो कभी भी अगर पावर कट होता था हमारे घरों में तो हमारा सिस्टम बंद हो जाता था. एट दैट टाइम एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस होता था which used to give continuous power supply to the computer. So that time UPS was used which means uninterruptible यानी कोई इंटरप्शन नहीं होगा पावर सप्लाई में, कंटिन्यूस पावर सप्लाई होता रहेगा. तो वो एक तरीके का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस है जो पावर कट या पावर फेलियर के टाइम पे आपकी CPU को ऑन रखता है. Which of the following statements are correct? Intranet is larger than internet. Internet is larger than intranet. So you see, intranet is used when you want to connect to a computers within a company. At that time, intranet is used. While internet is used to connect computers all over the world. So companies तो छोटी होती हैं, इसीलिए intranet छोटा होगा and internet will be larger. So here internet is larger than intranet. This statement is correct. Why? Intranet and internet are same. No, this is wrong. Internet is a network of networks. Yes, this is true because internet is a collection of networks. World Wide Web is an example of intranet. No, because World Wide Web is an example of internet and not intranet. So in this question, only two options are correct. That is B and D. So only D is the right answer. So internet, it is a global network which runs on TCP/IP protocol. Okay, and intranet is a computer network for sharing information, collaboration tools, operation systems within an organization, right? And WW means which is web. It is a virtual network of computers. Again, match the following question. Programming language. So this is list 1, list 2. You have to match programming languages. So C++ is a programming language. So A matches to 4. Operating system here is Windows XP. So Windows XP is a operating system. Internet matches with wide area network, while application software matches with MS PowerPoint. So application software are those software which is meant for doing a particular task. So PowerPoint, it helps us to make slides. So it is an application software. So in this question, the right answer is 4312. So yeah, C is the right answer here. Given below are two statements. Now we have to find if both are true, both are false, or one of them is true. Example of primary memory is RAM. Yes, statement 1 is true because primary memory is the main memory of the computer which the processor accesses directly. Example of secondary memory is pen drive. So secondary memory are those memory which are accessed indirectly. So pen drive is an example of secondary memory. So in this question, both the statements are true is the right answer. Okay. Which of the following is related to National Supercomputing Mission of Government of India? So here I would like to tell you this part of types of computers is very important. Supercomputers. So things related to supercomputers from India is very important. You should know the name of first supercomputer, when it was formed, and who was the person behind it, and in which cities was it was developed. So here the question is saying which of the following is related to National Supercomputing Mission of Government of India. It is Param Chivai. This is the supercomputer behind this. So Param Chivai is the first supercomputer designed and built under National Supercomputing by CDAC. CDAC stands for Center for Development of Advanced Computing at IIT BHU. Okay, Banaras Hindu University. While the first supercomputer is called Param 8000. It was launched in 1991 and was built by CDAC in Pune. And the person behind the first supercomputer is Vijay Bhatkar. So this is very important for your exam perspective. Which of the following is not a system software? So system softwares are those softwares which are help for managing and controlling its peripheral devices. So compiler is a system software, operating system is a system software, editor is a system software. It is command prompt, you might have seen CMD, because it is an editor, it is also kind of system software. While application software is not a system software. For example, MS PowerPoint is an example of application software. Which of the following is excluded from the domain of artificial intelligence? Common computer vision, machine learning, deep learning, or text? So D is the right answer over here. See, deep learning is that technology which helps to run driverless car. These cars, they can recognize whether something that is in front of him is a person or a lamppost. So all this technology behind a driverless car is deep learning. While machine learning एक ऐसी फील्ड है कंप्यूटर साइंस की और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की जिसमें मशीन खुद ही अपने आप को सिखाने की कोशिश करती है. फॉर इंस्टेंस यू आर यूजिंग फेसबुक, तो फेसबुक आपकी सर्च के अकॉर्डिंग आपको बार बार वैसे ही डेटा भेजेगा और वैसी ही चीजें पॉप करेगा जो आपने पहले सर्च की है. तो मशीन अपने ही आपको सिखाती है और बोलती है यूजर को ये चीजें पसंद है, तो हमको ऐसी ही सजेशंस उनको देनी चाहिए. दैट इज मशीन लर्निंग. वाइल computer vision, it is again a field of artificial intelligence which helps the computer to see and identify and process image. Okay, like the humans, how we look at things and process information, the same way computer vision, it also sees and processes images. Given below are two statements. One is assertion and the other is the reason. Now we have to tell if both are true and reason is the correct explanation of assertion, or if reason is not the correct explanation of assertion, or if A is true, R is false, or if A is false, R is true. So in this question, assertion says privacy and security of user data is at stake on the internet. At stake का मतलब होता है क्या issue पे है, और it is an question. तो प्राइवेसी और सिक्योरिटी ये दोनों ही स्टेक पे होता है इंटरनेट पे. No steps are being taken by the user for the security and privacy of data. No, this is wrong, because users, they can take in steps to ensure कि उनकी privacy और security को कोई harm ना पहुंचा दे. Like there are at times we get messages from the bank that do not share your OTP or password or your credentials. So हम नहीं share करते हैं, right? तो ये हम एक step ले रहे हैं हमारी privacy और security को बचाने के लिए. तो यानी users, they can take steps, while question assertion कह रहा है privacy and security of data is at stake on the internet. So इस statement में assertion true है और reason false है. A is true and R is false. Right answer is D. What is the full form of ISP? ISP का full form क्या है? It stands for Internet Service Provider. So Internet Service Providers वो कंपनी होती है जो हमें इंटरनेट का एक्सेस करती हैं, हम उनको पे करते हैं and then we can access the internet. The famous ISPs in India are your Reliance Jio, BSNL, Airtel, and we have numerous others. Which one is the secondary memory device? So secondary memory devices वो होती हैं which are can be indirectly accessed. So in this question, floppy disk is a kind of secondary memory. So primary memory because they have limited usage, although उनकी speed बहुत high होती है but उनका storage capacity बहुत कम होती है, इसीलिए secondary memory आई ताकि वो ये problem उसकी overcome कर सके. It could be external, हम इसको external memory भी कहते हैं. और ये दो टाइप की होती है. सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज मीडिया कैन बी फिक्स्ड और रिमूवेबल. सो फिक्स्ड वो होती है फॉर इंस्टेंस योर SSD सॉलिड स्टेट ड्राइव्स और योर HDD हार्ड डिस्क ड्राइव, ये आपकी फिक्स्ड है. एंड रिमूवेबल कौन सी है? रिमूवेबल आर ऑप्टिकल डिस्क जिसका टाइप है CDs, DVD, ब्लू-रे डिस्क, मेमोरी कार्ड्स, फ्लॉपी डिस्क, मैग्नेटिक टेप्स, dispatch, paper storage. So all these are different types of your removable secondary storage. And ये है आपका fixed secondary storage. Okay. Dash are used to transmit data over telecommunication lines. So modems are used. Modem stands for modulator and demodulator. ये दो वर्ड के कॉम्बिनेशन से बना है modem. So modem क्या करता है? उसका काम है डिजिटल सिग्नल को एनालॉग में कन्वर्ट करना and to convert analog signal back to digital. So these are devices which are used to transmit data over telecommunication lines. Which one of the following computer components is fastest in terms of speed of access? तो अगर हम speed of access की बात करें तो SSD सबसे highest है because ये recently आया है. Even my computer has SSD and it is super fast than HDD because HDD ये manually काम करता था. Magnetic इसमें एक निब होती थी जो मूव करती थी और फिर उस पे डिस्क पे राइट होता था. बट यहाँ ऑप्टिकल यानी इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ फ्लैश मेमोरी. तो बी इज द राइट आंसर. SSD इज द फास्टेस्ट बिकॉज इट यूजेस फ्लैश मेमोरी यूज करता है. A group's access to digital technology and another group's lack to access this will cause a disparity known as digital divide. तो digital divide का मतलब है कि आजकल क्या हो रहा है, there are people who are having high speed internet access like 100 Mbps per second, but there are so many people who do not know what internet is or people who do not have even a simple mobile phone. तो ये जो difference है because एक कुछ लोगों को एकदम ज्यादा एक्सेस है एंड सम पीपल आर जस्ट नॉट अवेयर अबाउट दोस थिंग. आईसीटी में जब ये डिफरेंस आता है, एक गैप बिटवीन पीपल हु कैन यूज आईसीटी एंड पीपल हु कैन नॉट यूज आईसीटी, दैट इज नोन एज डिजिटल डिवाइड. While sending an email to differentiate among two CC and BCC, which one of the following statement is true? तो जब आप ईमेल सेंड करते हैं तो हम वहां आपको तीन फील्ड दिखती हैं, टू, CC और BCC. स्टूडेंट्स टू फील्ड हम तब यूज करते हैं जिसको हमको डायरेक्टली हमारा जो रिसीवर होना है, हम चाहते हैं कि ये पर्सन को ये ईमेल प्राप्त हो, तो ये होगा टू फील्ड. CC का मतलब ये होता है कि हम बस उसको ये कॉपी करना चाहते हैं. फॉर इंस्टेंस आप अपने कॉलीग को एक ईमेल भेज रहे हैं कि ये काम कर देना, पर आप चाहती हैं आपके मैनेजर को पता होना चाहिए कि आपने अपनी तरफ से वो ईमेल भेज दिया है काम करवाने के लिए. तो उससे क्या होता है कि सामने वाला जो व्यक्ति है वो आपकी ईमेल को थोड़ा सीरियसली लेता है कि ओके मैनेजर सीसी में है, अगर मैंने काम नहीं किया तो अच्छा इम्पैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा, मेरा प्रमोशन भी अफेक्ट हो सकता है. तो सीसी का मतलब होता है जब हम किसी को सिर्फ एक इंफॉर्मेशन देने के लिए हम इस ईमेल में रखते हैं, उसका एक्चुअल काम से कोई नाता नहीं होता. और BCC का मतलब ये होता है, इट स्टैंड्स फॉर ब्लाइंड कार्बन कॉपी. इट मींस कि कभी कभी हमें क्या होता है, बल्क में मैसेजेस भेजने होते हैं, बल्क में ईमेल्स भेजने होते हैं. जैसे कंपनी की एक नई पॉलिसी आई है तो वो सबको टू में रख के, अगर आपकी कंपनी में 10,000 लोग हैं, आप 10,000 ईमेल तो भेजोगे नहीं, तो आप क्या करोगे, आप एक लिस्ट बना दोगे और उसमें आप इन लोगों के नाम डाल देंगे. यू विल पुट ईमेल आईडीज एंड देन यू विल सेंड दैट मैसेजेस. बट इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है, 2 और CC वालों को BCC के ईमेल्स नहीं दिखते, ओके, बट BCC जिनका ईमेल आईडी BCC के अंडर लिख के उनको ईमेल मिलता है, दे कैन लुक एट द ईमेल एड्रेसेस इन 2 एंड CC फील्ड। सो इस ऑप्शन में, इस क्वेश्चन में अगर आप पढ़ें, recipients in 2 field can see the email addresses in BCC and CC. No, this is true because 2 वालों को CC वाली फील्ड तो दिखती है पर BCC नहीं दिखती, तो ये ऑप्शन गलत हो गया। Recipients in CC field can see the email addresses in 2 and BCC field. No, ये स्टेटमेंट भी इनकरेक्ट हो गया because CC वालों को सिर्फ 2 का फील्ड दिखेगा, while recipients in BCC can see the email addresses that are in 2 and CC field. So here C is the right answer over here. Software that you can download for free but have to pay to continue its use after a trial period is called, it is called a shareware, students. The right answer to this question is option D. So shareware are those kind of softwares which for a trial period for like 7 days or a month, they are free, but after a point of time or after that time period, you have to pay to use those kind of software. So these are a kind of proprietary softwares. So proprietary softwares are those whose source code are not freely available. You cannot make changes to it. So these are also called closed source software. So shareware is a type of software whose source code is not freely available. You have to pay to use it and you cannot make any modifications to it. Select the true statement about an operating system. So there are 4 options in this question and we have to tell what is the true statement about an operating system. So an OS controls peripheral devices, allocates memory and organizes data into fields and records. So here controls peripherals and allocates memory. This is true, but this is wrong. Organizes data into fields and records. This statement is correct. An OS does not do this. OS provides protection against virus. No, this is not true because protection against viruses is done by antivirus software. And OS controls peripherals, allocates memory and processor time. Yes, this statement is correct. And OS controls processor, peripherals and allows the user to connect to the internet. No, this statement is incorrect because a web browser allows you to connect to the internet. So OS does not do that. Hence, this option is incorrect. So the right answer to this question is option C. Right? Which one of the following pair least matches in respect of computer? So here are like 4 options are given. Now we have to tell which does not match to each other. Let's see. The first option says 1 gigabyte is equals to this much bits. Let's solve this together. So students, 8 bits is equals to bytes. Okay. 8 bits is equals to 1 bytes. Instead of this, I will write bytes. Then 1024 bytes is equals to 1 KB. Okay. So here instead of this I can write KB. Okay. 1024 KB is equals to 1 MB. Okay. Yes, this is true. So this total comprises of 1 MB and 1024 MB is equals to 1 GB. So here write 1 gigabyte is equals to 1024 MB. So you see all this 1024 into 1024 into 1024 into 8 bits. This is equals to 1 GB. So this pair matches to each other. CRT, it stands for cathode ray tube. Yes, this is true. ROM stands for read only memory. So this statement is incorrect. This does not match with each other. CPU stands for central processing unit. It is the brain of the computer. So our incorrect option is ROM. ROM is a kind of a non-volatile memory. It is the data in a ROM is done by the manufacturer itself. It is read only. We cannot write anything inside ROM, and it stands for read only memory and not rapid online memory. So here the question says which does not match to each other. That is option C. ROM does not match to rapid online memory. So C is the right answer. Which of the following statement is true in respect to wireless technology? So Bluetooth is Statement P says Bluetooth is a wireless technology which can be used to connect a headset to a mobile phone. Yes, there are Bluetooth headsets also which can be connected to mobiles and we can talk to them without taking a phone in our hand. So you can keep your phone somewhere, but with the help of your headphone which we connect to mobile, you can talk to people. Bluetooth is a long range wireless technology and is low cost means of data transfer. No, this is not true because Bluetooth is a short range wireless technology. So in this question, option P is the right answer. Only statement P is correct while statement Q is incorrect. So here this question asks which is the correct. Only P is correct because Bluetooth is wireless but it is a short range wireless technology. Okay. Which of the following is a type of malware intentionally inserted into software system that will set off a malicious function when specific conditions are met? Okay students, so this is a very interesting question. कुछ लोग होते हैं जो कंप्यूटर्स बैकग्राउंड से नहीं होते तो उनको शायद नहीं पता होगा, तो आज मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ। यहाँ पे देखिए वर्म एक तरीके का वायरस होता है जो कि बिना आपके एक्शन किए ही वो अपने आप मल्टीप्लाई हो जाता है। यू डू नॉट नीड, इट डज नॉट नीड ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन टू ट्रांसफर, ओके, और मूव फ्रॉम वन कंप्यूटर टू अनदर। ट्रोजन भी एक टाइप ऑफ वायरस होता है। स्पाईवेयर एक ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर होता है जो नजर रखता है, इट कीप्स एन आई ऑन व्हाट एक्टिविटीज यू आर डूइंग और फिर आपको हार्म कराता है। यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन कह रहा है ऐसा कौन सा मैलवेयर है। मैंने आपको मैलवेयर शब्द का भी अर्थ बताया था। आई टोल्ड यू मैलवेयर इज काइंड ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर जो आपको हार्म पहुंचाने के लिए बनाया है। इट्स मेन इंटेंशन इज टू कॉज हार्म, और ये कह रहा है इट इज इंटेंशनली इंसर्टेड इनटू अ सॉफ्टवेयर। मतलब एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, अच्छा खासा सॉफ्टवेयर है, पर उसमें एक ऐसा कोड उन्होंने चिपका दिया है, एक गलत कोड, जो कि कोई स्पेसिफिक कंडीशंस मीट होने पे ही वो कोड स्टार्ट होगा। तो यानी आप समझ रहे हैं, एक कोई लॉजिक ऐड कर दिया, लॉजिक बॉम्ब। बॉम्ब का मतलब क्या है? कुछ ऐसा कोड है जो आपके सॉफ्टवेयर को खराब कर देगा, इट विल कॉज सम डिस्ट्रक्शन। तो इस क्वेश्चन के इस वर्ड में ही आपको आंसर पता चले जाएगा। लॉजिक बॉम्ब एक ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर होता है, एक ऐसा वायरस है जो कोई स्पेसिफिक कंडीशन मीट होने पे बनता है। मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देने चाहूंगी। कई बार ऐसा होता है, समटाइम्स यू आर वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी एंड यू हैड अ फाइट विद योर एम्प्लॉयज और विद योर मैनेजर और समथिंग हैपेंड एंड दे सेड ओके आफ्टर 1 मंथ यू आर फायर्ड, और ये नोटिस पीरियड सर्व करने के बाद आपको जाना है। तो व्हाट डू यू डू? द प्रोग्रामर्स एक ऐसा कोड लिखते हैं, जैसे वो आपको 12th को, उनको 12th जनवरी को आपको आपका लास्ट डे, तो वो कोड रन होने वाला है 13th जनवरी को। जैसे ही आप कंपनी से बाहर गए, दूसरे दिन जैसे ही क्लॉक में बजे 12 AM 13th तारीख आई और वो कोड रन हो गया, और उसने क्या किया? कुछ हार्म पहुंचाया। फॉर इंस्टेंस उसने आपके कंपनी की डेटाबेस फाइल को ही डिलीट कर दिया, लोगों के जितने भी सारे डेटाज हैं वो डिलीट कर दिया। तो लॉजिक बॉम्ब एक टाइप ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर, एक ऐसा मेलिशियस प्रोग्राम है जो कोई स्पेसिफिक कंडीशन मीट होने पे करता है और इट विल कॉज हार्म टू द कंप्यूटर। ओके, डी इज द राइट आंसर। सो ये सब कुछ वही लिखा है जो मैंने आपको अभी समझाया है, यू कैन रीड इट। नेक्स्ट, MIPS स्टैंड्स फॉर। सो MIPS मीन्स मिलियन इंस्ट्रक्शंस पर सेकेंड। सो ये एक तरीके का मेजरमेंट है फॉर चेकिंग कंप्यूटर परफॉर्मेंस। यूजुअली हम सुपर कंप्यूटर्स या मेन फ्रेम कंप्यूटर्स की प्रोसेसिंग स्पीड MIPS वगैरह में चेक करते हैं। ओके, what is spyware in respect of computer software? So I told you about spyware. Spyware is that software whose main aim is to gather information and give that information to the other person. So if you read the option A, it will match with the definition of spyware, because software that aims to gather information about a person without his or her knowledge, that may send some information to another entity. आपने spy word का मतलब सुना होगा। स्पाई मतलब होता है जासूस। तो जासूस का काम क्या होता है, बिना आपके जाने आप किसी के पीछे अगर जासूस लगाते हो तो उसको पता नहीं होता है कि कोई उस पर नजर रखा है, और उसकी जो भी वो सारा काम कर रहा है दिन भर में, वो जाके जिसने उसको एम्प्लॉय किया उसको बता रहा है। तो उसी तरीके से स्पाईवेयर भी एक ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर है which gathers information from one person and he does not know that उसके ऊपर नजर रखी जा रही है और उससे इंफॉर्मेशन ली जा रही है और दूसरे को पहुंचाता है वो इंफॉर्मेशन। तो एक स्पाई की तरह काम करता है स्पाईवेयर। सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर डिजाइन टू हेल्प इन एनालाइजिंग, मॉनिटरिंग, configuring, optimizing settings and maintaining the computer are called utility softwares. So utility softwares वो होते हैं जो mainly आपके कंप्यूटर को एनालाइज करते हैं, मॉनिटर करते हैं, कॉन्फ़िगर करते हैं और मेनली मेंटेन करते हैं आपके कंप्यूटर को। जैसे आपके हो गए आपके बैकअप सॉफ्टवेयर हो गए, ओके, या डिस्क क्लीनअप सॉफ्टवेयर हो गए। तो ये एग्जांपल होता है आपके यूटिलिटी सॉफ्टवेयर का। एंटीवायरस हो गए आपकी, so your antivirus is also a kind of utility software. Why would BCC be used in an email? I already told you in one of the question, BCC stands for blind carbon copy. Okay, so the question says why are we using BCC? If you read the option, BCC allow recipients to identify other recipients in the list. No, this is incorrect. BCC allows sender to indicate who the email is for if there is more than one recipient. नहीं, BCC allow the sender of a message to conceal the recipient entered in the BCC field from the other recipients. Yes, this is true. Conceal का मतलब क्या होता है, किसी को छुपाना। तो अगर हम किसी का ईमेल आईडी BCC में रखते हैं तो टू और CC में जिनका ईमेल आईडी है वो BCC वाले को नहीं देख सकते। CC वाले BCC को दे कैन नॉट सी BCC में किसका ईमेल आईडी रखा हुआ है। तो BCC वाले की आइडेंटिटी को छुपाने के लिए हम ईमेल आईडी रखते हैं ताकि CC और 2 वाले ईमेल आईडीज उनको ना दे सकें। इनको हमारा बस ये मोटिव रहता है कि इट अलाउज द सेंडर ऑफ अ मैसेज टू कंसील द रेसिपिएंट एंटर्ड इन द BCC, यानी इसकी आइडेंटिटी को छुपाने के लिए हम BCC में ईमेल आईडीज लिखते हैं। तो हियर सी इज द राइट आंसर। With respect to computers, which one of the following best describes phishing? So phishing क्या होता है in respect to computers? It attempts to acquire sensitive information for malicious reasons by masquerading as a trustworthy entity. तो क्या होता है, कभी कभी आपको एक ईमेल आता है आपकी कोई वेबसाइट से, सो यू थिंक ओके ये तो आपके कॉलेज से है, या ये ईमेल आपको बैंक से है या किसी पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट से है जो आपके काम की है, तो आपको लगता है कि वो ट्रस्टवर्दी है, पर ऐसा नहीं होता है। एंड दे व्हाट डू दे लेट यू राइट योर यूजर नेम, और या आपके बैंक डिटेल्स हो गए या आपके पासवर्ड्स हो गए, दे टेक ऑल दोस पासवर्ड्स एंड योर यूजर नेम, और फिर उसको वो मेलिशियस मतलब बुरे रीजंस के साथ जिनका काम ही आपको हार्म पहुंचाना। सो फिशिंग एक प्रोसेस है, इट इज अ प्रोसेस टू एक्वायर सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर मेलिशियस रीजन बाय मैस्कुरेडिंग एज अ ट्रस्टवर्दी एंटिटी। वो अपने आप को बताते हैं कि वो एक ट्रस्टवर्दी एंटिटी है और फिर वो आपके इंफॉर्मेशन को गैदर कर लेते हैं और उसको एक बुरे मोटिव के साथ इस्तेमाल करते हैं। सो वो होता है फिशिंग। ओके, Which of the following is an example of proprietary system software? So यहाँ आपको पता होना चाहिए proprietary system softwares वो होते हैं जिसको हम non free softwares भी कहते हैं। We do not have any right to change, modify or share these kind of softwares. So इन सारे options में माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विंडोज एक तरीके का सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर है, और आप इस क्वेश्चन में ध्यान रखना है, द क्वेश्चन आस्क्स अबाउट प्रोप्राइटरी सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस एक एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर है, ओके, एंड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर ये भी है एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर, सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर है, ओके। क्योंकि अगर आपको पूछता एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ प्रोप्राइटरी एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर, तो आप शायद इनमें से कोई सिलेक्ट करते हैं, बट द क्वेश्चन से सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर। सो सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर आपका ओएस होता है। आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम एक सिस्टम सॉफ्टवेयर का एग्जांपल है। तो इस क्वेश्चन में माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विंडोज आंसर हुआ। प्रोप्राइटरी सॉफ्टवेयर वो होते हैं जिनको हम नॉन फ्री सॉफ्टवेयर भी कहते हैं। इसमें यू डू नॉट हैव एनी राइट टू यूज, मॉडिफाई और शेयर इट, or you cannot make any changes to this kind of a software. And some of the prominent example of this kind is Microsoft Windows, iTunes, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Flash Player. Okay, so this is very important. You should know what is proprietary system software. Jatin's laptop has a LCD screen. The acronym LCD stands for, it means liquid crystal display. LCD, it is a kind of screen which is a combination of two states of matter, solid and liquid. So LCD एक टाइप की, आपने LCD टीवी का नाम सुना होगा, so it stands for liquid crystal display. और एक नई टाइप की भी आई है screen which is called LED, which means light emitting diode. So LCD का मतलब होता है liquid crystal display. D is your right answer. A computer network which is used within a building is called a, so this question is very simple, it stands for LAN, wide area network. WAN होता है, it is used to connect computers all over the world. MAN is used to connect computers to a city, while LAN is used to connect computers to a building. और LAN की रेंज होती है यूजुअली 1 किलोमीटर का रेडियस कवर करता है. So here LAN is your right answer. Computer uses which number system to store and perform calculations? Binary, octal, decimal, hexadecimal. So these are different types of number system. Binary number system is those which is used to perform and store calculations, because computer understands only binary language, which is the language of zeros and ones. Okay, so this number system has base 2, while octal has base 8, decimal has base 10, and hexadecimal has base 16. And this hexadecimal, it has numbers A and A to F. So अगर question पूछता है which number system has A to F as the digit, so hexadecimal would be the right answer. But binary वो number system है जो computer use करता है चीजों को store करने के लिए और calculations करने के लिए. So 1 terabyte of memory is equals to, so हम इसको solve कर सकते हैं साथ में. ऑप्शंस में KB और बाइट्स के फॉर्म में दिया है. अगर मैं यहाँ KB लिख दूं, so 1 KB में अगर मैं 1024 मल्टीप्लाई करूं तो ये होगा MB. इसमें ही अगर मैं 1024 मल्टीप्लाई करूंगी तो ये हो गया आपका 1, इतना हो गया आपका 1 GB. और इसमें ही मैं अगर 1024 मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं तो ये बन गया आपका TB. 1 TB कितना हो गया? 1024 इंटू 1024 इंटू 1024 KB. ये यूनिट आपको अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत जरूरी है. तो अगर मुझे बाइट्स में ये चीज लिखनी होती तो मैं इसकी जगह में आपको लिख देती 1024 बाइट्स. ओके, 4 टाइम्स जब 1024 आता तब आपका होता बाइट्स विच इज इक्वल टू 1 TB. बट क्योंकि KB में आंसर पूछा है तो आपके 3 टाइम्स आप 1024 लिखेंगे into bytes will be 1 TB. So 1 TB is equals to 1 trillion bytes. ये भी आपको पता होना चाहिए. जैसे 1 GB is equals to 1 GB होता है 1 billion bytes. उसी तरीके से 1 TB is equals to 1 trillion bytes. Yeah. And 1 MB is equals to 1 million bytes. Which of the following is not true about RAM? So RAM के बारे में कौन सा statement false है? RAM is a temporary storage area. Yes, this statement is true. RAM is a volatile memory. Yes, this is true. Information stored in RAM is gone when the computer is off. Yes, this is true. But question पूछ रहा है which is not true. तो नॉट ट्रू कौन सा हो गया आपका? बचा ऑप्शन बी, रैम इज सेम एज हार्ड डिस्क स्टोरेज. नो, बिकॉज रैम इज अ प्राइमरी मेमोरी एंड हार्ड डिस्क इज अ सेकेंडरी मेमोरी. So both these terms are not equal to each other. Hence B is the right answer over here. Most World Wide Web pages command contain commands in the language. So you see the pages on the internet, on the web, those pages are written in HTML. So HTML is the language which is used to write web pages. It uses tags and all. The full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. So identify the IP address from the following. तो इस क्वेश्चन में आपको पूछ रहा है कौन सा आईपी एड्रेस है. सो दिस क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग बिकॉज आईपी एड्रेस आपका होता है 4 डिजिट से बना होता है, डिफरेंट डिजिट्स, जिसकी रेंज होती है 0 से लेके 255 तक. एंड ये सारे जो नंबर्स हैं इनके बीच डॉट्स होती हैं, तो 3 डॉट्स होनी चाहिए एंड देयर शुड बी 4 न्यूमरल्स. और वो न्यूमरल्स का रेंज होना चाहिए 0 से लेकर 255, ना उससे कम हो सकता है ना उससे ज्यादा हो सकता है. सो इट इज अ पॉजिटिव इंटीजर फ्रॉम 0 टू 255. तो इफ यू सी द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन, इसमें यहाँ पे डैश है, छोटा सा डैश है जिसको हम हाइफन कहते हैं, तो ये एक आईपी एड्रेस नहीं है. इस ऑप्शन में भी ये आईपी एड्रेस नहीं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको @ दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे हाइफन दिख रहा है, दोनों ही आईपी एड्रेस में नहीं हो सकते. अगर मैं आपको ऑप्शन ये देखूं, ये वाला ऑप्शन डी, इसमें भी आपको हाइफन अगेन यूज हुआ है, ये भी आंसर नहीं है. आपका आंसर है ऑप्शन सी, बिकॉज ये सारे नंबर्स 202 ये भी इसी रेंज में लाई कर रहा है, 50, 20 और 158. सो दिस इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ वैलिड आईपी एड्रेस. और आईपी का फुल फॉर्म होता है इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल एड्रेस. तो इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल एड्रेस का मतलब होता है सारी कंप्यूटर डिवाइसेस जो भी नेटवर्क में होती हैं उनका एक पर्टिकुलर एड्रेस होता है, ताकि हम कंप्यूटर्स और रिसोर्सेज को आपस में डिस्टिंग्विश कर सकें. नेक्स्ट, which of the following is not a programming language? So this question is very important because time and again programming languages पे question आता रहा है. इनमें से जो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज नहीं है उसका नाम है Microsoft Office, because Microsoft Office is a kind of application software, while Pascal एक तरीके की प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है, जावा है, C++ है, आपकी पाइथन है, .NET भी आपकी एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है. सो नेट के पर्सपेक्टिव से ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट नाम है जो आपको पढ़ना है. ऐसे तो thousands ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है, देयर आर n नंबर ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस, बट आपको वो याद नहीं करना है. आई हैव सीन प्रीवियस ईयर्स पेपर्स, यूजुअली क्वेश्चन इसी पे से आता है, इधर C++, पास्कल, पाइथन, .NET. ये इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस के नाम है जो आपको पता होने चाहिए. नेक्स्ट इज the set of computer program that manages the hardware and software of a computer is called an operating system. So C is the right answer over here. This question is very simple. Select the option that contains exclusively the text file formats. तो क्वेश्चन कह रहा है हमें वो ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करना है जिसमें आपको सिर्फ टेक्स्ट फाइल फॉर्मेट्स दिए हुए हैं. सो ऑप्शन ए में JPEG एक इमेज है और MP3 साउंड फाइल फॉर्मेट है, तो ये ऑप्शन आपका गलत हो गया. ऑप्शन सी में GIF एंड JPEG इट रिलेट्स टू इमेज एंड MP3 साउंड से रिलेटेड है, तो ये भी गलत है. और ऑप्शन डी में MP3 एक तरीके का साउंड फाइल फॉर्मेट है, सो डी इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. If you look at option B, CSV, RTF and TXT, all these are different type of text file formats. So B is the right answer. जहाँ पे CSV का full form होता है comma separated values. Here all the values are separated by commas. RTF means rich text formats. So rich text format files, जिसका मतलब होता है यहाँ टेक्स्ट तो रहता ही है, बट इसमें आप अलग अलग फॉन्ट और फॉर्मेटिंग इमेजेस बहुत कुछ एक्स्ट्रा डाल सकते हैं. और TXT का मतलब होता है टेक्स्ट, ये हमारा स्टैंडर्ड प्लेन डॉक्यूमेंट का फॉर्मेट है, टेक्स्ट डॉक्यूमेंट का फॉर्मेट है. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर ओवर हियर. Which of the following correctly lists computer memory types from highest to lowest speed? इस क्वेश्चन में आपको सबसे जरूरी है, अगर आपको ऐसा क्वेश्चन आए जिसमें आपको स्पीड के अकॉर्डिंग हाईएस्ट टू लोएस्ट कहा गया, अगर हाईएस्ट कहा है तो आप आंख बंद करके, अगर रजिस्टर्स कहीं दिख रहा है तो जिस ऑप्शन में रजिस्टर्स है आप उसको सिलेक्ट कर दीजिए, बाकी सबको रॉन्ग कर दीजिए, बिकॉज रजिस्टर्स हैव हाईएस्ट स्पीड. ओके, सो यहाँ देखिए रजिस्टर्स का सेकंड नंबर पे है, इसीलिए मैंने इसको यहाँ कट कर दिया, बिकॉज जहां पे CPU रजिस्टर्स मिले दे आर ऑफ द हाईएस्ट स्पीड. अब आपके बचे दो ऑप्शन बचे, CPU के बाद आता है कैशे मेमोरी की होती है स्पीड, उसके बाद होती है आपकी मेन मेमोरी। मेन मेमोरी का मतलब होता है आपकी रैम। तो अगर यहाँ देखिए बी और सी ऑप्शन में पहले दो तो टर्म सही है, यानी पहले सीपीयू रजिस्टर्स आएगा फिर कैश आएगा। अब आपकी बारी है सिलेक्ट करने पे कि थर्ड वाले किसका पोजीशन होनी चाहिए। थर्ड पोजीशन पे क्या मेन मेमोरी आएगी या सेकेंडरी मेमोरी? तो रिमेंबर दैट मेन मेमोरी विल बी एट द थर्ड पोजीशन बिकॉज सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज कौन सा होता है? दीज आर योर हार्ड डिस्क, फ्लॉपी डिस्क। तो ये आपका क्या होती है? ये स्लोअर होती है देन आपकी मेन मेमोरी। हेंस इन दिस क्वेश्चन सी इज द राइट आंसर बिकॉज पहले आएगा सीपीयू रजिस्टर्स, फिर कैश मेमोरी, फिर मेन मेमोरी एंड देन स्टोरेज, सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज। सो अगर मेन मेमोरी या सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज में कहीं भी किसी ऑप्शन में डिफरेंस आएगा तो आपको सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज को प्रेफरेंस नहीं देना है, क्योंकि ये होते हैं आपके स्लोएस्ट एज कंपेयर टू ऑल दीज। सो सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज में आपका आता है फ्लॉपी, सीडी, डीवीडीज, हार्ड डिस्क। ओके, a computer has main memory of 960 kilobytes. What is the exact number of bytes contained in this memory? So this question is saying that main memory is of 960 kilobytes, right? Let's write it down. 960 kilobytes, I'm writing it as KB. So you all know that 1 kilobyte is equals to 1024 bytes. Students, this can also be written as 1024 is also written as 2 to the power of 10. If you multiply 2 10 times, you will get 1024. So if instead of KB, I write 960 into 1024 and the unit will be bytes. So if you match the options, option C is your right answer because 960 kilobytes is equals to 960 into 1024 bytes. Remember, this kind of questions are likely to come in the examination. Okay. Next, given below are two statements. One is assertion and the other is the reason. Now we have to tell if assertion and reason both are true and R is not the correct explanation, or if R is the correct explanation, or if assertion is false and reason is true, or if assertion is true and reason is false. So assertion says through online teaching, a large number of students can be taught by very competent faculty. Yes, this is true. There are so many programs launched by the government of India where faculty from IITs and prestigious institutions, they teach for free. Reason says online teaching helps students in developing critical thinking more than of on offline teaching. No, this statement is incorrect because nowhere have we heard that online teaching helps in critical thinking. So these statements are not related to each other. Assertion is true but reason is false. So here D is the right answer. Okay. Online teaching example is Swayam, where very good faculties of our country they teach. Select the option that lists component for a cyberspace address in the correct order from the beginning to the end. So you have to tell what is the order of a URL. First, you should know what a URL is. It stands for Uniform Resource Locator. It tells you the address of any web page on the internet. So the order is first comes the protocol, then the domain name, and then the file name. So here option A is the right answer. Here if you look at one example that I have shared, here you see protocol. So protocol could be HTTP hypertext transfer protocol or HTTPS. So these are some standard protocols that we use daily. S stands for security. So this tells us how the pages are being retrieved, and then is the domain name, or you could say the name of the website like Wikipedia. So that is how the human readable website names, and then the path. See, the websites that you see, they have a specific folder or subfolder. So that path tells us where that page is. So first comes protocol, then the domain name, and then the path or the file name. Next question is a combination of hardware and software which links two parts of the same LAN or two compatible LAN by directing messages to the correct nodes is called a router. So here in this question, option B is the right answer. Router is a kind of networking devices. We have studied about various networking devices like hub, switches, and router is also kind of networking devices whose task is to forward data packets between computers and network. So router is one of the most intelligent devices among switch and hub, and they have performed the function of traffic directing where which packet should go. That is the task of a router. Next question. Dash is the process of searching bugs in a software. So as you all know that humans are not perfect, we tend to make errors. So when software engineers, they make some error while writing that codes, that error is called as bug. So removing or finding out that those bugs, looking for those bugs is called debugging. So as we know, we say allocation, and the opposite of allocation is deallocation, which means to remove allocation. Here that the same way, bug means error, and to remove those bugs or to find those bugs, it stands for debugging. So when there is a error that comes in a code, software engineers, they find those errors or bugs, which is called debugging, and then they fix it. Dash is an antivirus software. Photoshop, Norton, Yahoo, or Flash. So antivirus software are a kind of utility software that helps to maintain your computer. While Photoshop is an application software, Yahoo is a website, and Flash is a kind of memory. Norton is a very famous example of antivirus software, which protects. Antivirus software helps you to protect your computer against viruses. So viruses are like they are logic bomb, Trojan horse, worms. To protect your computers to against all these viruses, you have antivirus software, and Norton is a very good example of antivirus software. What is the full form of IoT? So IoT means Internet of Things. The right answer is option C. So IoT means it is the physical network where different objects, they are connected because they have sensors, softwares, and technologies. For instance, these days you can operate your air conditioner also with your mobile. Also, there are so many things that are connected. For example, your watch, they are connected to your mobiles. Whenever there is a message on the mobile, you can see it on your smartphone. What is all this? All these is Internet of Things, because there are certain physical objects that have sensors, software, and technology which help them to communicate with each other. So that is IoT, Internet of Things. It helps with wireless communication of different objects. A digital signature is called a digitally scanned signature, handwritten signature, encrypted information, or verbally communicated message. So a digital signature is a encrypted information. It means like there are certain digital documents that you want to send. So what you do it, you put a digital signature on it. So when it is received by the receiver, if the digital signature is valid, it means that the information that was inside it has not been altered while transmission. So the right answer is option C. It is an encrypted information. That means if it goes in the network, nobody is able to break it or change it. Okay, so here the right answer is C. Where does a computer add and compare its memory or its data? So compare a computer, it is responsible for modification of data. It works on data. So this comparison is done where in the computer? So it is done in the CPU. So CPU, it consists of, there are three components of CPU: control unit, ALU logical unit, and memory unit. So this comparison is done by the ALU, which is inside CPU. So in these four options, the right answer is option A. Comparison of data is done by CPU. Bandwidth of data communication is a measure of its physical dimension, data communication capacity, electrical parameters, or physical strength. So bandwidth of data is the data communication capacity. We say GBps per second. What is gigabytes per second? These are data communication capacity, which is the bandwidth of data. Which malicious program cannot do anything until actions are taken to activate the file attached by the malware? So malware, if you have not heard of this term, malware is related to software. Like software, they are useful to do some kind of task like a web browser. But malware are those software whose main intention is to harm your computer. Okay, so malware are softwares which are intended to harm a particular computer. So which malicious program cannot do anything until actions are taken to activate the files? So here the answer is option C. There are different types of malware. So virus is those malware which cannot do anything until you open the file. Okay, if there is a virus in certain file, like file 1, unless and until you open this file, nothing will happen to the computer. But as in when you open it, your computer will become infected. While worms, on the other hand, worm is also a kind of malware, but these do not require human intervention. Without human intervention also, they are able to transfer from one computer to the other. Okay, so virus require you to put some action, or you need to open the file, only then it will get infected. The tags placed on animals to record and track in a database all of the animal movements are known as RFID. The right answer is option B. RFID stands for radio frequency identification. So these tags are used to see where the animals are. Sometimes they are also used to calculate the number of animals or count in a place. A computer program that directly translates a program statement by statement into machine language is called. So this question is very important, I must tell you, because every year in one of the examinations it will come regarding program translation. So interpreter is the program that translates a computer program into machine language. You know that computer do not understand your language or my language. They understand only binary language, and humans, they understand high level languages. English language we understand. So we have formed a high level language which is like English. This helps you to code. So this English language has to be converted into binary language. The task of conversion from high level language to binary language is done by a translator. So a different type, there are different type of translator. Language translators are there. A compiler, there is compiler, but why the answer to this question is interpreter and not compiler? Because interpreter does this task statement by statement, okay, while compiler, it translate one code into another in once, at once. Okay, the whole code is translated at once, but interpreter, it goes line by line. It will translate one statement, then other statement, like this it will go on. So the if this line is written instead of saying a program and one go, अगर क्वेश्चन ये बोलता है कि एक कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम जो डायरेक्टली ट्रांसलेट करता है एक प्रोग्राम को in one go, if the question might have said in one go, then the answer would be compiler. But if the question says statement by statement or line by line, mark the answer as D. Read the following two statements. Okay, so there are two statements given in this question, and you have to tell if both are correct or neither are correct, or if second is correct, or if first is correct. So ICT is considered as a subset of IT. So this statement is incorrect because it is the opposite that is correct. ICT is the bigger circle. This is ICT, and IT is the subset of ICT. Okay, and not, it is not the vice versa. So this is incorrect while this is correct. IT is the subset of ICT. Okay. The right to use a piece of software is termed as copyright. So this statement is correct. Hence, option C is the right answer. Only second statement is correct. What is the full form of the abbreviation CD-ROM? So you might have heard about CD-ROM. We have used it extensively. CD-ROM stands for Compact Disk Read-Only Memory. The right answer is option C over here. Why it is read-only memory? Because we cannot change it. The manufacturer, they write it once and we cannot make any changes to read-only memory because it says read-only. That is why it can be only read and not written. Right answer is C. Multimedia comprises of. So what does a multimedia comprise of? Audio, text, video only, or text, audio, video. So a multimedia comprises of all these things. Multi means many and media means the medium of communication. So if you are using multiple mediums of communication, you are using text also, audio also, video also, all these things, if you are combining multiple mediums, if you are using, it is called multimedia. For example, slides you see, PowerPoint slides, they are a very good example of multimedia. Next question is, information and communication technology comprises of online learning, learning through mobile application, video-based learning, or all of the above. So, ICT, information and communication technology, comprises of all these above. Online learning as well as learning through mobile application, also video-based learning. So, all these are the right answer. Python is a programming language, operating system, search engine, or snake. So you might have heard about programming language. These languages are used to write computer codes. So Python is a kind of a programming language. Also, Python is a kind of a snake. It is a very poisonous snake. So A and D are right answer to this question. Okay, next question. Which type of memory holds the computer startup routine? So when the computer starts, which memory is responsible, which has all the information about the computer startup? So that is a ROM. ROM stands for read only memory. So there is a program called BIOS that is embedded inside the ROM. It means basic input output system. So it has all the information about booting. Booting means when you click the power button of the computer and when the desktop appears on the screen, or the time frame that happens between 30 seconds or 1 minute. So at that time, booting process is done, which is done by BIOS program, which is inside the ROM. Okay. So ROM, read only memory, it holds the computer startup information. Next question. Given below are two statements, one is assertion and one is reason. Now we have to tell if both are true but R is not the correct explanation, or if both are true and R is the correct explanation of A. If A is true but A is false but R is true, or if A is true but R is false. So once I have told you, now going forward I will not tell you about these options. Okay, there are multiple assertion and reason in this video. Okay, so the first statement, that is assertion, it says total number of mobile users are increasing rapidly. Yes, this statement is true because we know nowadays every a small child or an elderly person, everybody is using a mobile phone. So the total number of mobile users are increasing, right? So this is correct. Let's look at the reason. The cost of mobile is decreasing. Yes, this is also very true. 15 years ago, the simple mobile that had only buttons, it used to cost 10 to 15,000 rupees. But now we get smartphone also in the range of 8,000 or 5,000. So the cost of mobile is decreasing or has decreased. That is why the number of mobile users have increased. So here both are correct and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Okay, both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, B is the right answer. The file extension of MS Word document in Office 2007 is. And so file extension or file formats are very important for your exam perspective. Do study them for your paper 1. File extension of MS Word document is docs, DOCX. From MS Word 2007 or Office 2007 and above, docs has been started to use. Before that only doc was used, but now docs is used. What is the binary of number 9? So this conversion from decimal to binary, this number is a decimal number, right? 9. How will you convert it to binary? First, what do you do if such a question comes? Write a number like this, okay, and make 2 lines like this. Now write 2 over here. Divide this by 9. Divide 2 by 9. So what will be the quotient? Quotient will be 4 and the remainder will be 1. Okay. 2 4s are 8 and remainder will be 1. Again, divide 2 by 4. You will get quotient 2, remainder 0. Then again, divide 2 by 2. You will get quotient 1 and remainder 0. So here, but whenever you are writing the answer will be in reverse order. Okay. 1 0 0 1. In this situation, if you write 1 0 1, that is also true. But if like this, if it is the answer 1 1 0 0 1, so the answer will be 1 1 0 0 1. Okay, and not opposite. It will not be the opposite. So here the answer is option B, 1 0 0 1. When you are converting decimal to binary, just write the number, keep on dividing it by 2, write the quotient here and the remainder at the side. While answering, write it in the reverse order. From bottom, go upwards and you will get the answer. Decimal to binary is very simple. What is the full form of bias? So in previous slide, I have told you there was one question about which memory holds the computer startup routine. For that question, the answer was ROM. So in that question, I did tell you about BIOS. So BIOS stands for Basic Input Output System. So this is the program that contains all information about computer start. How is the computer going to communicate with the hardware? All that information is stored in all this information is done by the BIOS program. The full form of it is Basic Input Output System. Computer hardware consists of computer table, monitor and CPU, software and Google. So computer hardware are those computer devices that can be touched. Okay, so you can touch a mouse or a monitor or a CPU, but you cannot touch a software because software are programs that you cannot touch. Google, it is a website, that is also not a computer hardware. And computer table, so this is not a computer hardware. You cannot say computer table is a hardware or computer cover is a hardware. That will not come in hardware. Okay, computer hardware are those devices which can be touched. For example, keyboard, mouse. One is labeled as assertion and the other is the reason. Assertion says nowadays many online courses are available and their popularity is increasing. Reason is selecting a right course from many such is a big challenge. So here this is true. Online courses that are available are continuously increasing, but the reason is not right. The reason should be why these are online courses are increasing or their popularity is increasing. So individually, this statement is correct that choosing a right course is very difficult because there are so many options, but it is not the correct explanation of assertion. So here the right answer is option A. AF system is used in which number system? So binary number system, it consists of zeros and ones. So the base to binary number system is 2. For octal, the base is 8. So there you have numbers from 0 to 7. Okay, hexadecimal is the number system which has 16 as the base. Okay, so 16 is the base where you have numbers from 0 to 9 and then you have letters from A to F. So total there are 16 10 numerals and 6 alphabets. That is why the base is 16. Decimal is between 0 and 9 and the base is 10. So the number system that has A and F, you can see clearly from the screen, is option C. The following storage devices: hard disk, CD-ROM, DVD-ROM. Now arrange this in ascending order of storage capacity. Ascending order means smaller to bigger. So the least or which storage device that has least capacity is CD-ROM, then is DVD, and the highest capacity is hard disk. So the answer is 2, 3 and 1. Option A is the right answer. Okay, A is the right answer here. Which of the following is not suitable in the context of email? The question says which is not suitable. So it is a letter sent over a computer network. Yes, this is true. It is used to send unsolicited messages. Yes, this is true. For students who do not know the meaning of unsolicited, it means that it unsolicited means unchaha, that is not wanted. So there are so many advertisements that you get on your email, if you might have seen, so that are called unsolicited messages. Email address include a domain name like .com or .edu. All these are domain name or which is added at the end of the email address. So which statement that is not true is email is a snail mail. So option C is incorrect. Next question. A virus type that is capable of shifting from one computer to another without user interaction is known as a worm. So here, by chance, if the option would have been virus, at that time also you would not have selected virus because virus requires human activation. If there is a software or a file, you will have to open it, only then virus will come. But worm are a kind of malware who do not require human interaction. Without interaction also, it has the power to go from one computer to the other and infecting all the computers. A confidential file needs to be deleted from a workstation. What is the most effective way to ensure it? So there is a confidential file. A confidential file means a secret file which you want to delete. If you rename the file, that is also not a good option because anyways it is going to be there in the computer. Compress the file and backup. Oh, backup means you are keeping it safe on the tape. So that is also not a good option. Copy and paste the file into the recycle bin and empty the recycle bin. So if you copy and paste it, there will be a original file already present even if you empty the recycle bin. But if you drag the file into the recycle bin and then delete it, then the file will be deleted permanently. So D is the most effective way or the best way to delete a confidential file. In a computer related activities, what is the full form of worm? So worm means write once and read many. So there are many examples of a worm like CD read write. It means so read write once read many. It means there are certain type of storage devices which are written once but they can be read many times. You remember we used to in like 10-12 years ago we used to bring CDs to watch movies. At that time, that those kind of CDs that were written once, only once data was written on it, but it could be run many times because the manufacturer used to put a film on that CD, but you had the opportunity to read it as many times as you want to read it. Okay, so that is the full form of a worm. Do not confuse it with malware. That is a different thing. Here, worm means write once and read many. Okay. So in computer related activities, which of the following is inappropriate for describing a language translator? So in one of the question we talked about interpreter, that is a language translator. Assembler is also a language translator. It is used to translate assembly language, and compiler is used to translate high level languages, and so is interpreter. But codec is not a kind of language translator. Okay, so interpreter translates your program in statement by statement, while compiler does it in one go, and assembler is also a kind of language translator. A very important question: which of the following is the most suitable for being designed as fourth generation language? So the fourth generation language is Java. So here the right answer is option B. Okay. Assertion and reason question again. So assertion says sniffing may be used to steal data or information over a network. Yes, sniffing, it is a term which is used to describe the data packets that are going to a network to read or to get data from those packets. That is known as sniffing. Reason is sniffing is a process of monitoring and capturing all data packets passing through the given network. Yes, this is also true. So in this question, the right answer is option B, because both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of assertion. You might have also heard of the term phishing. Phishing is also a computer term which is important. It means deliberately there are sites which want you to write your personal information so that they can misuse it. So that is phishing. But sniffing is some data is going on over the network, and to steal those data, that is called sniffing. So select the options that allow only optical storage media. So in this question, optical storage media, if you look at this, is the right answer is DVD, digital versatile disc, CDR, CDR means CD recordable, Blu-ray disc, and CD read write. So optical storage media means it uses light to write data on it. So USB, it is not optical storage media. So here this is incorrect. Here in this question also. So here this statement is also incorrect. Here hard disk is there. That is why this option is incorrect. Okay. Next question. This is a match the following question. Students, I would like to tell you that these days match the following has been asked extensively. So study these for your examination. It is very important. Blogging. So blogging is a kind of a social media. A3. Okay. Then television. Television is a kind of electronic media. Periodicals is a kind of a print media, while collection of site is World Wide Web. So the answer is 3124. 3124. D is the right answer. One more information. This is a question from communication unit. But you see, all the units are connected as well. This question is a very good question because they have asked you communication unit as well as ICT in one single question. A beautiful question. Blogging is a kind of social media because you write blogs and people are able to read it, share it. Television is an electronic media, periodical is print media, while collection of sites is World Wide Web. That is www. One more question is match the following question. So here the options are 50 into decimal, 102 in decimal, real-time video conferencing, SMS, texting. So before solving it, let's see first we will solve this, maybe we'll get the answer. Real-time video conferencing is synchronous communication. Yes, Because synchronous communication is when those people, those are communicating, they are present at the same time. But in asynchronous, they are present in different time. SMS texting is a kind of asynchronous media. Also, email is an example of asynchronous media. So now the options that are left, so the answer should be C should be 3 and D should be 4. C 3 and D 4. So here you see this has C3 and D4. So that means now you will have to solve one of these to get the answer. Okay, because two options has this same. So when you will solve these, what is the decimal? 15 decimal is how much in binary? Let's solve, as I already told you in one of the question, how to solve decimal to binary. Divide 2 by 50, write the question 25, the remainder will be 0. Again, divide 25 by 2, the remainder will be 12. Quotient will be 12 and remainder 1. 2 6 are 12, remainder 0. 2 3s are 6, remainder 0. 2 1s are 2 and remains 0. So the answer is okay, just a second. 2 25, 2 12, 2 6 0, 2 3s are 6, remainder 0, 2 1s are 2, remainder 0. So actually remainder will be 1. Okay, 2 1s are 2 and remainder will be 1. So here the as I told you, the answer is should be written in the reverse order, 1 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, so let's see which is the answer. 1 1 0 0 1 0. So 15 decimal is this much in binary. So A should be 1, A1. So here the answer should be C, because A is 1 and B is 2. For your information, I'll just solve 102 also. How to solve 102? Divided by 2, the remainder will be 51 and the remainder will be 0. 225, remainder 1. 212, remainder 1. 26, remainder 0. 23, remainder 0. 21, remainder 1. So here it will be 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0. So the answer is 102 is this much in binary. Okay. Now you will be able to convert decimal to binary, very simple. Okay. Next question. Assertion says blog is a form of social media. Yes, this is true. A blog allows anyone to communicate to a public audience. Yes, this is also true. So, in this question, both are correct. Assertion and reason are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So, B is the right answer. Next question. Again, assertion and reason. IT is fast becoming a very important field of activity in India. Yes, this is true. You know, there are so many companies in India, IT companies, TCS, Infosys, Wipro. There are like thousands of IT companies. Software, the reason says software is one of the major export of India, and further India has strong base in hardware. No, the reason is incorrect, because we are usually better at providing services to other companies. So there are less number of product based companies as service based companies. So we are not exporting software, and India does not have a very good base with hardware. So reason is incorrect in this question. Only assertion is true. A is true and R is false. Okay, right answer is D. Which of the following is major issue arising out of growing reliance on information technology? Yes, security threats are increasing. There is cyber attacks also. Now there are hackers who are able to get money from your bank account. So security threat is there. Also there are privacy concern. There are people who can misuse your photos that we put on social media. So privacy concern is there, but there is nothing related. Profitability issue is not there with IT. So here in this question, the major issue is only B and C. Again, match the following question. So there is list 1 and list 2. VoIP. VoIP stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. So it is used for making calls over the internet. So VoIP, if you match, this will be second. Fiber optic cable. So optic means light. First option says make use of light pulse to transmit data. So here first option is correct for this. URL. URL is text used by web browsers. Yes, you might have seen http:/google.com, that is URL. So that is text used by web browsers. And UTP cable. UTP stands for unshielded twisted pair cable. It is used as a form of LAN, extensively in the form of LAN, that is used for connecting small buildings. So here the answer should be 2143. Let's see, 2143. B is the right answer over here. Select the option that include file formats suitable for distributing sound files across the internet. So for transferring sound files, we have different file formats. We have already discussed image, video, audios, and the text or program files. But for sound files, we use option D. WMV is Windows Media Video. It is a video file. While WMA, it is a Windows Media Audio. It is a audio file. AVI is also a audio video interleaved. MIDI stands for musical instrument digital interface. WAV stands for audio file. WAV is a kind of audio file format. So here MP3, it is one of the most famous audio file formats. So the right answer is option D. Which of the following communication technologies employ only asynchronous communication? Video conferencing, email, forums, instant messaging. So asynchronous communication means people who are communicating are present at different space and time. So here the answer is email and forums, B and C, because video conferencing is synchronous communication and instant messaging is also a kind of synchronous communication. Okay, so if they talk about asynchronous communication, email is a kind of asynchronous, and forums are asynchronous communication. Okay. In a computer, a byte consists of 1 byte is equals to 8 bits and 1 nibble is equals to 4 bits. Which of the following is a type of virus? So internet worm is a type of virus. It does not require human interaction for spreading from one computer to the other. MOOC, it stands for Massive Open Online Course. So it is a platform where online courses are available for everyone for free. Which of the following is not a search engine? So search engine is a kind of service that allows you to search documents on the World Wide Web. So Chrome is not a search engine because Chrome is a web browser. While the question asks about search engine, Google is a search engine, Yahoo is a search engine, and Bing is also a kind of search engine. Chrome is a web browser. So web browsers are programs that helps you to access the internet. Which of the following represents 1 billion characters? So if the question asks about 1 million characters, students, remember it is going to be megabyte. If it asks about 1 billion characters, it is going to be gigabyte. And if the question asks about 1 trillion character, it is terabyte. So remember M for million, T for trillion, but this you will have to remember. 1 GB or 1 gigabyte is equals to 1 billion characters. C is the right answer. which of the following is not an open source software? So open source softwares are those softwares which under a particular license they are given to a person, and then they have the power to make changes to it, make modifications, and they can also distribute it to the others. So those are open source, which according to a person particular license they have the power to change or modify the software and then distribute it. Internet Explorer is a closed source software by Microsoft. Okay, while Linux, OpenOffice and Apache Server, all these are open source softwares. 1 terabyte is equals to how many gigabytes? So the relation between TB and GB is 1000. Only when 1000 gigabyte will come together, it will form 1 TB, terabyte. Given below are two statements. Search engines are known as web browsers. This 189.352.250.2 is a valid IP address. So you have to tell if both statements are true or if one or both are false. So in this question, both of the statements are false, because search engine are not web browsers. In one of the questions recently we saw, search engine is a particular service that help you to access the world wide web, while web browsers, they are applications. So both are not the same thing, because Google Chrome is an example of web browser and Google is a kind of a search engine. If you look at the second statement, why am I saying that this is a false statement? Because whenever you see IP address, all these numbers, they have to be in the range from 0 to 255. Okay, so it cannot be more than 255. If it is more than 255, that IP address is invalid. So because all the numbers should be in the range of 1 to 255, one digit is wrong, that is why this IP address is invalid. So both statements are false. Again, a match the following question has come, a very nice question to test your knowledge. See, in this question, it says RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. So it holds the computer programs currently being used in the computer. So A, you will have to match it with 4. DVD-ROM is digital versatile disk read only memory. So it can be written only once because it is read only memory. It is going to be 3. ALU. ALU means arithmetic logic unit. So it is used for comparison, computation and comparison. So the option will be second. CPU is the brain of the computer. So the answer is going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's match 4, 3, 2, 1. A is the right answer to this question. Okay. In an internet world, computers are identified by IP address. IP means Internet Protocol Address. So there are certain rules for a IP address. There should be 4 digits separated by dots, and the number should be, all the digits should be in the range of 0 to 255. There are certain numbers that are reserved, but in simple terms, I would like to tell you IP addresses are used to identify a web resource. No, any computer. IP address are used to identify computers or networking devices on the internet. Which of the following is a programming language? So programming language is Java. Java is one of the programming languages. Programming languages are used to write code, and for the conversion of this language or this source code, you use language translator. So language translator could be a compiler or interpreter. Again, I match the following question. www, it stands for World Wide Web. Python is a kind of a programming language. RAM stands for random access memory and it is a volatile memory, while ROM is a non-volatile memory. So the answer should be 3412. 3412. D should be the right answer. Okay. Which description is appropriate among the following for e-governance? So e-governance, when the governance is done through the use of internet, it is called e-governance. The best description is option A, to engage, enable and empower the citizens. A is the right answer. Dash represents raw facts whereas dash is processed meaningful data. So raw facts is known as data, and when that data is processed, it is known as information. So the right answer is B. First blank should be data and the other blank should contain information. Which of the following storage devices store maximum amount of data? Floppy disk, compact disk, hard disk, or magnetic optic disk? So here the answer is option C, hard disk. Nowadays we have hard disk in the range of terabytes. It can have data till more than terabyte. Okay, so this is the final question. I request you to write your scores in the comment section. Also let us know if you like this video or not. If you like it, don't forget to click the thumbs up button and do subscribe our channel so that you never miss an update from our channel. So we'll meet tomorrow. The second video of this mock test will be uploaded tomorrow at 8 a.m. Do watch it and let us know how you like it.